The Kawasaki ZH2, everyone. It's been a little while since we featured this bike on the channel, and unfortunately its comeback today is going to be a bit of a downer. We're going to be discussing discrimination against motorcyclists, and believe it or not, I used to think that that was a non-issue, that, I don't know, like, it was almost like as if it didn't exist, you know, it just happened to a few people and it didn't happen to me. But recently, it happened to me once, really blatantly, and then ever since then, I've been noticing a lot of behaviour from the general public towards me, and not just riding this bike, but riding any of our motorcycles. And the issue is there, guys, but the most annoying thing is that as much as I want to raise awareness of the issue, I don't feel like there's much I can do about it. Alright, so discrimination against motorcyclists. This is actually one of those things that I thought was a bit of a non-issue, you know? Like, oh, it's not happened to me, and it probably only happens to stupid people, you know? Because unfortunately there are people within the motorcycle community that give it a bad name, like any community, but they are the minority. The vast majority of riders, yeah, okay, they like to have a bit of fun every once in a while, and they might break a few speed limits every once in a while, but for the most part, they ride responsibly, and it's mostly innocent fun that we like to have. But unfortunately, we're not allowed to have fun. As motorcyclists, we are not allowed to have fun, at least. I don't know, that's the impression that I've gotten recently. And the thing is, I'd heard about motorcycle discrimination before, but yeah, like I said, I didn't think it applied to the vast majority of riders, but nope, it really does. Especially now that I've encountered some of these issues. It's really difficult for me to discuss this because as much as I want to make this video to raise awareness of the issue, I don't know if it's going to make a blind bit of difference, guys. I really don't. It is a real tough cookie. It's a real difficult issue to discuss for me because, you know, I'm a nice guy, at least I think I'm a nice guy. Most of the people that I've met seem to think I'm a nice guy. But because I ride a motorcycle, quite a significant number of people automatically judge you for riding a motorcycle. So today we're going to be discussing the issues or the experiences that I've had, the discrimination experiences that I've had recently, because these things seem to be happening more and more often. And well, afterwards, you guys definitely let me know down in the comment section the experiences that you've had with regard to discrimination. We'll see if they bear any resemblance to the experiences that I've had, but sorry, see what I mean? This is so much fun. And yeah, I've been meaning to do that for a little while because I hadn't ridden this bike for a little while, but okay guys, let's get right into it. I've been stalling long enough, okay? Because I'm worried about being judged for this video, despite the fact that it's designed to try and raise awareness, it's designed to help. Okay. So, I was shooting one of our ride reviews. This was about a month ago. And it was a spot that I use frequently. And in fact, I shoot videos frequently at that location anyway, not just ride reviews. I'm not going to say where it was. But it is kind of private land, but it is communal because they have clubs there and sports institutions, so there are lots of people that are coming in and out of that estate, and because it's quite quiet, I thought, well, I'll shoot my ride reviews there because they, you know, I won't get distracted by people, you know, I won't get loads of people that are just staring and judging for talking to a camera and la-di-da-di-da. So yeah, I was just there, just doing my thing. And bearing in mind, I've been at this location for years. Okay, I've been shooting videos for years at this exact same location. And yeah, this happened about a month ago, where someone who I'd never seen before just walked up to me and they asked me what I was doing. And okay, to be fair, I do get that question quite a lot. What am I doing? And that in itself, believe it or not, is discrimination. Because, to be honest, it's no one else's business what I am doing in a particular place. Especially if that area is communal, and there are loads of people that use that area every single day. So that in itself is an issue, but I'm used to that. I'm used to people asking, what am I up to? What am I doing? And my response is always, I'm a motorcycle journalist, I shoot videos and I take pictures on the bikes. And usually that's enough to you know, and I say like, I'm not doing anything nefarious, I'm not causing any trouble, because again, that is the unfortunate prejudice and stereotype that motorcyclists have. I can't go somewhere and people think, oh, he's here innocently, not to cause any trouble. You know, I can't go anywhere and not have people judge me. But usually that's enough. Usually I say what I am and what I'm doing, and I'm not here to cause any trouble. And if I'm making noise, I apologize. I say, look, I'm sorry for the noise, because bikes are inherently quite noisy. But this person, they wanted to have my contact details. They wanted to have my name, my number, my email address. And at that point I got a little bit funny with her, because, you know, she could have watched what I was doing and been like, well, okay, yeah, they're not doing anything naughty, they're all right, and leave them to it. Because I try to be respectful as much as I can. I try not to cause a fuss. But for some reason, this person wanted to cause a fuss, or wanted to make an issue out of something that, to be honest with you, wasn't much of an issue. Because all I do there is I take some pictures of the bikes and I film an intro, and that is it, pretty much, and then I leave. So all in all, I'm probably there maybe half an hour, maybe even less than that, depending on how long it takes me to shoot an intro. Sometimes it takes a good 2 or 3 takes before I'm happy with an intro that I've done, but more often than not, about half an hour tops. So anyway, I kind of like, well, I got a little bit funny with her, because at the time I was doing a ride review, and I was on the clock, right? Because the garage, they only give me a short amount of time to do my work, so, because that's all I'm insured for. I'm only insured for like an hour on the bikes. So I've got to take all my pictures, I've got to shoot my intro, and I tried to shoot 2 videos on that bike, all within an hour before giving it back. And the fact that I was discussing this non-issue, this nothing burger with this person, it was wasting my time that I didn't have. And no, I didn't say, even though it's what I was thinking, I didn't say you've only come over here because I'm a motorcyclist. I really wanted to say that, because people go into this area all the time, they use the facilities there all the time, people work there as well. So I was singled out, basically. All because I was on a motorcycle and I was wearing a helmet. And I understand that people might find it a little bit intimidating when you're wearing a helmet, you know, especially if I put down my visor and people can't see my face. But usually whenever I'm doing that kind of stuff, or whenever I'm talking to someone, I raise my visor so they can see my face, or at least they can see most of my face anyway. And I talk to them politely as well to try and get them off my back more than anything else. Anyway, so they accused me of not listening to what they were saying, and I was like, no, I am listening, but I really don't think this is necessary. I think this is a bit over the top. How you are treating me is pretty much what I said. And anyway, so I said, look, whatever, I'll come down at some point in a couple of weeks and I'll give my contact details and all that stuff. And I really didn't want to, because I really didn't feel like I had to. I think that was a step too far, and they started saying about, you know, all the things they got going on, and I'm like, right, what's that got to do with me? I'm not doing anything. You know, if you just give me just a little bit of the car park, that's all I need, you know? So anyway, I ended up patching things up with this person because I think they were like a site manager or something, and I gave my contact details to them, and I didn't want to, but whatever. I like shooting in that area because it's fairly quiet for the most part, and it's fairly close to completely motorbikes, that is. So yeah, I'm able to do everything I need to do in that area. So I just bit the bullet and I was like, right, okay, let's swallow my pride a little bit and let's just give this person what they want. I'm really trying not to say pronouns here, you know, because I really don't. It doesn't really matter whether they are a man or a woman. But that was my first experience, and I was like, and that put me on a downer for the rest of the day because I had to shoot some videos, and I was so pissed off. I didn't want to shoot the video anymore. I was like, you know, F this, I want to go home now and just fume. And riding when you're angry isn't really the best thing. That's when you start doing stupid things that you wouldn't normally do. So I don't like riding when I'm angry or when I'm frustrated. Some days it can really calm you down, so it can help in that regard. We've actually done a video about that already. Should you ride when you're angry? But for me, I don't like to, because, especially when I'm shooting a video as well, because I've got to be happy, and I've got to entertain. I've got to be charismatic in as much as I possibly can. And when I'm feeling like that, it really doesn't help. It doesn't help the performance, the presentation that I have to give. So that was one experience. Another experience, because it's fresh in my brain, happened literally today. I was doing a bit of a photo shoot on the ZH2, and there was this person, they were an elderly chap, and they saw what I was doing, they knew what I was doing, but they decided to park right behind me where the camera was taking pictures. And you know, I had it all set up so I had a nice background and all that, because unfortunately you have to consider these things. So I did that, and yeah, they pulled up behind me. I took a few pictures, they pulled up behind me, and they just parked literally like right in the view of the camera. I'll put a picture up because I think I managed to take one picture whilst they were sat there. But anyway, so I went up to the window because I had the window down. I said, excuse me, I'm taking some pictures here. And they went, okay. I was like, would you mind moving, please? And they said no. And they had so much room. They had so much area, so much space that they could have gone to. But no, they decided to park behind me. And even after I'd said to them what I was doing, you know, because courtesy, people are trying to take pictures and things like that. You try and get out of the way, right? You don't try and ruin the shot. This person did not care. And okay, fair enough. This person, that might have just been the way they are, and they would have said that to anybody, regardless of who was taking the pictures. But so in the end, I was, you know, I didn't say anything after that. I was just like, right, F you, and I just moved the bike somewhere else and took some pictures somewhere else. But they're not going to look as good, unfortunately. So, you know, you can't help but think to yourself, because I'm wearing a helmet, this person's like, no, I'm not gonna help you in any way, shape or form, because you ride a motorcycle, you wear a helmet, you know. Oh, you're intimidating, la-di-da-di-da, all that nonsense. And it is nonsense. It is a bunch of oh, I don't know, man. And then so that was my second incident that literally happened today. I didn't really think much of this next one, but this happened, I think, about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. But there was I was coming out of a junction, and I was coming onto 2 lanes, so it was a dual carriageway. And there was a driver on approach who was in the outside lane, so the inside lane was totally free and totally open, so I pulled out in front of that lane. And as they drove past me, they gave me a middle finger. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I pull out legitimately onto out of a junction, and you're gonna give me that kind of attitude? I think that's really bad, guys. I think this is an issue that we've discussed before, but never ever give any gestures to anyone. You know, you guys have all seen what people are like, right? When they, you know, when they don't like something and road rage happens and things, you know, people are prepared to go psycho. They'll do anything to, you know, to be right when it comes to using the road. So don't do it, because you don't know who you're pissing off. You pull up a middle finger to someone, what's them to stop? What's stopping them from just stalking you and then beating you up as soon as you park up? You know what I mean? Don't do it. Don't put yourself in that risk. Don't put yourself in danger. There's no need for it. You know, by all means, just say some things to yourself, say some curses and what have you to yourself, and then be done with it. Talk about it to your wife, your girlfriend, your mum and dad, or something like that afterwards. Don't put yourself in that situation where you end up having to protect yourself against this lunatic who doesn't like the fact that you put a middle finger up at them. So don't do it. Don't pull up any gestures or anything like that. Honestly, it's not worth it. But again, I've done that before plenty of times in my car, coming out of the same junction because it's fairly local. And that's not happened to me when I've been driving, only when I'm on a motorcycle. It's just ridiculous, guys. And I seem to be noticing this stuff more and more. And okay, I get, you know, it's got a loud exhaust. I get, most bikes have loud exhaust. I get that. People don't like noise, whatever. But for me, I enjoy it, for one, alright? Perhaps more importantly, I enjoy it. I like the noise, which I'm perfectly entitled to do. And it helps me get noticed by other road users. And for those of you that say, oh no, it's not because it helps you be more visible, it's because you like it. Alright, yeah, I'm allowed to like both, you know, I'm allowed to like it and see the practical benefits of it. Just things like that, you know, for some reason we are not, again, we're not allowed to enjoy our bikes. It's just so dumb. People don't like fun, do they? You know what I mean? You can't do anything that you enjoy without someone else judging you for it and making you feel bad for enjoying yourself, whatever that might be. I think that's wrong. Totally wrong, and quite frankly, none of anyone else's business. Especially if it is mostly innocent anyway. Anyway, everyone, that's the experiences that I've had that at least have come to mind right now, and I think most people would agree, most normal people would agree that they're unnecessary and just antisocial. You know what I mean? A lot of it does seem very antisocial and very it just highlights the prejudice within society towards certain groups of people that do things because they like it. Some of you may notice that we are using a new helmet now as well. This is the Z501 from ILM, and I'm collaborating with them at the moment. They're offering a 10% discount to all of our viewers. So if you go onto their website and you like the look of one of their helmets and use code GoblinRise, they will give you 10% off, and I get a bit of a kickback as well. So thank you ever so much to ILM. They're not sponsoring this video, but they are helping us out, so thank you ever so much for sending me over this fantastic helmet. Absolutely love it. Definitely go and check out our unboxing and our review of this helmet if you haven't done so already. But finishing off this video, I really don't know what the solution is, guys. I mean, I was hoping that maybe I'd have something to, I don't know, something just to make this whole situation a little bit happier and a little bit more positive, but it's disgusting. All because we ride motorcycles. It doesn't matter what type of motorcycle it is. And I understand, you know, that culture from back in the day, it was very negative and things like that, but not all motorcyclists are neo-Nazis, alright? I mean, okay, if you go back to like the 1960s and 70s and things like that, you know, maybe, but not anymore. A lot of motorcyclists are just in it for the bikes, and that's it. There's no political agenda, there's no discrimination, there's no judgment to anyone else. You know, if people don't like bikes, well, that's fine, that's up to them, but they don't have to like dislike the rider, you know, because they don't like motorcycles for whatever reason. It's just stupid, guys. But yeah, you let me know the experiences that you've had with regard to discrimination down in the comment section below, because now that I've experienced it firsthand, I do think it's a topic that we should probably discuss more often. I am aware that these experiences and the way how these people act around motorcycles and motorcyclists are probably a minority as well, but the prejudice is there regardless, guys, and that's what we need to try and kick. You know, it's all well and good having a few people who don't like motorcyclists and what have you, but when you've got that prejudice at the grassroots level of society, it's something that is very difficult to kick. And, you know, some people might laugh at me today and say I'm being silly, but I hope that this video resonates with some of you at least that have been in that same boat as me, and let me know if there's anything you've done to try and deal with it, or to, I don't know, guys, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out ways that we can make the situation better for all of us, but it's going to be difficult, just me on my own doing it. But thank you ever so much for watching this one today. I hope you enjoyed this lovely ride out with me on the wicked Kawasaki ZH2. As always, go ahead, leave that like, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any more of our videos on this awesome motorcycle. And we'll catch you all in the next video, everyone. Take care, ride safe.